An hour after that decision, state lawmakers from 4 committees combined into one room to try to solve one task: homelessness. Amongst a number of solutions offered, one that's been controversial over the years: sending homeless home. Former Honolulu Mayor Mufi Hanneman in front of state lawmakers explaining a tactic he says is helping Hawaii's homeless problem. He calls it repatriation, or sending homeless back where they came from.
The state has questioned it in the past. Some in the media have questioned it, thinking that it's not really worthy of funding because some of them are finding their way back here.
The Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Association has been providing grant money to nonprofits and social service providers on Oahu, Maui, and Hawaii Island to help those without a home. The HLTA has also been tracking those programs and the amount of homeless they've sent back to other states.
491 individuals have gone back. Only 5 have returned, less than 1%. So the proof in the pudding is that the program works.
Senator Josh Green says while it's not a solution for all homeless, there's no doubting its effectiveness.
If they have a more stable home back in California or Pennsylvania, wherever they are, where they can get more support, we should accommodate that.
Green says flying those 491 people out of Hawaii saved the state more than $40 million in healthcare costs paid for by taxpayers. He says the median cost for medical per person per year is more than $80,000. Compare that to a plane ticket.
A plane ticket's $400 or $500, okay? Every time an ambulance takes you to the ER, it's $1,050. Every time you go through the ER, it's a minimum of $800 up to $2,000. Every time you get admitted to the hospital, it's $4,000.
Representative John Mizuno says several measures are still alive at the state capitol that would help nonprofits continue to fly homeless home.
We need to stand behind the concept of this. We have it in several bills moving because I always supported that concept. And at the end, when we go in a conference, we need to lock that in and do a public-private partnership with the tourism industry and see if they can match up half the money. It could even be a 2-to-1 match where we put 100,000, they put 200,000. We'll see what. In any case, we're going to save the state millions of dollars.
Hanneman says knowing that, there's no reason the state shouldn't pitch in.
The big bugaboo has been feeling that they all find their way back. But if the state had just asked us the question, we could have provided that fact, and we have.
Now, also at the briefing today, Twinkle Borge of the homeless camp Pu'uhonua o Waianae, alongside her Papi Kanahele, who 25 years ago was in a similar situation. His group occupied land at Makapu'u before the state and then Governor John Waihee agreed to lease Kanahele 45 acres in Waimanalo. Kanahele then formed Pu'uhonua o Waimanalo, and he says he's been mentoring Borge during her Waianae camp recent struggles.
Turning a blind eye is good in some cases. You know what I mean? Because it's working.
Kanahele says the state took a hands-off approach and it helped hundreds of people sustain themselves on that land. Lawmakers say Borge's Waianae camp could follow in the footsteps of Waimanalo's. Several bills at the Capitol relate to Ohana zones, defined as places where people without a home can solve their own problems in their own ways. One of those bills, tailored to Borge and Pu'uhonua o Waianae, would allow the state to look at more areas of land to relocate Borge's community to.
Sometimes a little land, space for families, and just a little help will, again, keep a roof over people's heads and drop their costs as much as 70%. That's healthcare costs. So that all those extra resources, if you've turned the blind eye, all those other health resources that you've saved can be used for permanent housing, can be used for drug and alcohol treatment, can be used to put kids into public schools.
Lawmakers say the state's currently limited to relocating the Waianae camp to DLNR lands. The bill would allow transfer of lands, which means it could be the possibility of relocating the camp to Hawaiian homelands. Do you have plans to hit